Hello everyone. So my name is Joseph Jelaying and I'm Mathew. I'm 80 years old. Right now, I'm as a student at Institusi Kemahiran Mara, AKM Bintulu. So today I will talk about my favorite sport. So my favorite sport is badminton. Why my favorite sport is badminton? Is because I like badminton sport when I as a student. Do you know why I like that sport? Because badminton sport usually everyone can play that. Not become as your children, parent, also teenager can play that. So this sport is, I mean that this sport doesn't mean count about your age, because you can play that everywhere you want. But if you want to play the badminton sport, you must play at the closest area. So that's why you will want play in game, you will not explore to the sunset. Besides that, when you play the badminton sport, you will very near when get the injured. So the first thing I will share you guys about background badminton sport. Usually, badminton sport is the game exploring shuttlecock has been played for the country across the European and ASEAN. But the modern game badminton right now is deployed in the middle 19th country among the experienced officials, British and Indian. Do you guys know where the professional athlete badminton right now have? What I can share you guys, the professional badminton athletes right now have in China, secondly in Japan, Indian and Malaysia have a professional athlete of the badminton sport. So that's why I do like to share you why badminton sport is very famous, not in Malaysia but in the world. Badminton have the professional athlete sport. Second, I will talk about the rules. Of course, when you play some sport, the rules is very important. If not, if the sport have the rules, how the sport will begin. I will talk about the badminton rules. The rules in badminton is very different to the another sport. First, about rules. Usually, badminton sport have the courts. Court, that means the court usually a rectangular, and in the middle court have the net. Court usually the mark of the both the single and double play. Although badminton rules is permit to the court to the mark for the single only, but when you play the double play, the mark to the badminton sport is very different when you play the single man. Usually, when you play badminton sport, badminton have a 5 category when you play the badminton sport. First category is men single. Second is woman single. The third is mixed single. Number 4 is men double. The lastly is woman double. So when you play badminton sport, then not only when you can play the single man play, but you can play the men doubles. You can play with your partner or with your friend. So when you play badminton, then not only you play yourself, but you play with your friend. You can play with men doubles. That's for example. The third one is what I can say to promote you guys is about the badminton sport is I should to encourage to everyone to play badminton. I know not everyone to love do some sport, or maybe they don't like sport, I think. But if you like sport, I should encourage you to play badminton, because when you play badminton, it's very easy, guys. Nothing is badminton sport is not very difficult, because badminton sport sometimes you can play yourself, sometimes you can play with your friend or with your partner. So when you play yourself, that you will know how hard you can play that for yourself. to win the match. But when you play the double man of your play with your partner, that means when you play man double, you must have the communication. It's very important when you play the badminton sport, because if you not have a communication, how you want to play the badmintons, how you want to win that is very important. Communication is very important when you play badminton sport. So to me, badminton sport is not count your age, but badminton sport is if you like badminton sport, it doesn't mean you don't play that. You can play that, you can training that. If you training is very hard, of course you can play that, and you can play to the world. You can fight the woman. For example, you can fight to another country. To sum up, my video is I will talk about beneficial when you play badminton. Usually, badminton is totally body workout. What I can say body workout? Body workout, I mean that when you play badminton sport, your body is working. That's why the body workout. So when you play badminton sport, your body not static. Your body move. You when you shuttle high, you can smash. That's for example when you play badminton sport. But do you guys know when you play badminton sport is usually can burn around 450 calories per hours one game if you play the badminton sport. Of course, you guys not expect that. Usually you exercise when you play badminton sport. Of course, I really know right now. Badminton sport is usually exercise. Second thing is when you play badminton sport, is usually you can explore your mentality. Why I can say that? Because what I know when I search in Google, badminton sport is usually can help you reduce your depression, anxiety, and stress. So that is good when you as a student like me, when me stress, do my revision, study very hard for my final exam. So that is good. So when I stress, I invite my friend to play the badminton to the hall. So that's thing that I will refresh my stress. So to me, badminton sport is so many beneficial. Yeah? So beside that, when you play badminton sport, you usually you can you have a communication. So you play with your friends set. Okay, you invite them to play that. So that is your what I can say. You talk with you social, very social. What can say you? So before I end my video, I want to say sorry to you because my English is not good. So I will try my best to talk this. So this first time I make my video. So that's all for me. Thanks for watching. See you.